guys, it's Jessica from Peace of Books, and today I'm here with my February TBR. I have a lot of reading plans for February and some themed reading vlogs that I don't know what I want to do yet, so I'm going to throw out a bunch and let me know which ones you would prefer me to read. I don't have like some of the actual TBRs picked out yet, but I would love to do reading historical romances that came out the year I was born. I would love to do reading books from my high school classroom, like the class that I currently teach in. I wanted to pick 3 from there and do a reading vlog for it. I didn't know if you would be interested in that. Also reading a historical romance per decade, so like one from the 70s, 80s, 90s, thousands, the 10s, that's 5 for that. And what was another one? Oh, reading historicals that I bought for the step back. Those are the ones that are immediately on my to-do list for reading vlogs. So let me know if any of those sound good to you. And then I also have a big stack right here that I want to get to. So the first book I really need to get to is Love Only Once by Joanna Lindsey. This is our Historical Hellions pick for February. This is Joanna Lindsey's first book in the Mallory series. I read book 3, Gentle Rogue, and I wasn't the biggest fan. I gave that 3 stars, and that's the most beloved book in the series. So I'm a little nervous going into this one. Our heroine was abducted from a dark London street and carried to a stranger's townhouse. Her name's Regina and she goes by Reggie, and Nicholas is the love interest. I don't know where it goes from there, but sounds interesting. We'll see how it goes, and then I will link our Instagram down below for our live show. Bree from 11 Words and Bree from Bree Hill or Falling for Romance on Instagram are joining us for the live show. So very excited for that. I also do not know yet what our Ravished by Romance pick is. We normally pick that this week, so I will leave that Instagram linked as well for my book club I run with Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers. The next few are 3 historical romances I want to read, and these ones are ones I've been dying to read. So the first one I recently got and hauled in one of my previous videos that I posted right before this, and that is My Sweet Volley by Kinsale. This is an epistolary romance, and they actually start falling for each other through letters while she's married, and it's her husband's cousin, and then her husband dies, and so then their romance goes from there. So I'm very excited to read this one, and this is in perfect condition and it's really pretty. And oh, the text is so tiny. Do you see how tiny that text is? Wow. And this is a long book, but I want to read this. And then I need to finally get to Ransom. Oh, I also didn't know if you wanted a Highlander romance reading vlog. I have so many historical reading vlog ideas for historical romances. If you want a Highlander one, let me know. This one is book 2 to The Secret. I absolutely adore The Secret. I think this is the 2 guys from that book. Each have their own romance with different women in this book. Yeah, so it is Ramsay and Broderick. And I vaguely remember them from The Secret. I read The Secret almost a year ago. So I'm excited though to continue on because I know I love Julie Garwood. This is so long though, it's 550 pages, so that's gonna take me a while. And then I really want to read My Darling Duke by Stacey Reed. This one, he is scarred, and Lacey described this really well in her video of unique historical romances. She is a wallflower. She's a desperate wallflower because she needs to get married now because of the money, and he's scarred, and I don't remember if he's impotent or not. I think he is. She announces she's engaged to the Duke. I just read a romance just like this. I remember that. So she announced that she's engaged to him even though she's not. No one's heard from him in years, and oh, I think like she's trying to impress everyone so her sister can get a good match too. So I'm excited for this. The second one just came out. I'm supposed to be getting that from the publisher, but we'll see if I do. I'm excited to read this though. And then I do want to read, oh, I'll go ahead and talk about the other historical on my list. It's Courtney Milan, The Duke Who Didn't. I've heard just amazing things about this. I wanted to get to this in January, but I didn't. So I really want to pick it up in February. This one is a second chance romance, and I heard he's a cinnamon roll hero, so they break up, I think, and then he comes back saying that he would like change for her, but then he doesn't actually change because he doesn't need to change, I think. I don't know. Sounds good though. I am hoping to read some fantasy this year, and I haven't really picked any up. I'm gonna go with The 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin. I don't know much about this. I do know that people said there's a good romance in here, and that's why I'm very intrigued by it. And it's not too long, so it's not even, it's just over 400 pages. So I feel like this isn't as intimidating, and I've heard amazing things about N.K. Jemisin, and I really want to read some of her works, so I want to read this one in February. Then I would love to read Meet Cute Club by Jack Harbin. It's so short. It's a bookstore owner and customer romance. One of them reads romance, one of them makes fun of them for reading romance. It just sounds adorable, and I've seen a lot of people read it last year, so I really want to read it this month. Maybe around Valentine's Day. We shall see. Then I'd love to pick up How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams. This one, our main character, she has not had the greatest relationship, so she doesn't really feel confident in herself, and she meets a guy, has a one-night stand, he's a stranger in town, and she's flirting with the chance at a more serious romantic relationship, but I think he is someone who would destroy her career. I think that is what it says in here. So very interesting. It sounds kind of complicated, but I'm excited to try this out. Berkeley sent me this as a finished copy, so I really want to get to it this month. Then I actually started this, but then I wanted to read my nonfiction at school during my independent reading periods I have on Mondays and Thursdays with 2 of my periods of kids. So I have Roman and Jewel. I started like 5 pages into this, but then I put it down to read Hood Feminism, which I'm trying to read before the end of the month. So I'm going to push this back into my February TBR. That's why I don't have it. It's currently at school. But this one was sent to me from the publisher, and it is a actress romance. And so from the sounds of it, Jersey she's like the lead in a play of Broadway of Roman and Jewel, which is like hip-hop inspired retelling of Romeo and Juliet, and Jersey's cast is the understudy, and then the male lead is Zeppelin Reed, and she falls for him, and I think like they start a romance, and them practicing goes viral, so then the entire world weighs in on whether Jersey should play Jewel or not. So it sounds like very dramatic with like Broadway stuff, and I'm very excited for this. So far I'm only, like I said, 5 pages in. I didn't even know like who she is in the play yet. She's just like on the subway in the beginning of this book. So I'm excited to try more of this because I really love good romances. I like a celebrity romance, so I'm excited. And then the last book I have is my nonfiction, and I was torn between these two, so I still don't know whether I want to read. might try to get to both of them. Know My Name by Chanel Miller, and then Dead Mountain by Donnie Ike. This one was recommended to me by Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, and it is about a weird event. So they all went missing. Well, they died. 9 experienced hikers really weirdly died, and it says there were unexplained injuries, signs that the hikers cut open and fled their tents without proper clothing or shoes. A strange final photograph was taken. Radiation readings were on their clothes. Like, I've heard about this, and I really love mountain stories. Like, I love Everest stories, so I'm really intrigued to read this, and it's pretty short. But then I know My Name is a really compelling read, and this is about the woman who was raped by Brock Turner, and I think that this is just going to be an incredible story, and I would love to read it as well. And this is due back at the library, and I'm still holding on to it because I need to read it before giving it back, but we'll see which one I read first. I don't know. I really want to read this one though. It says she reclaims her identity to tell her story of trauma, transcendence, and the power of words. I am just fascinated by her story, so I would love to read this, and I've heard it's amazing, but it's a lot longer than this one. So we'll see which ones I can pick up. I do really want to pick one of them up, and those are my reading plans for February. I also have to pick what I read next, which I will have posted by the time this goes up, but I haven't posted it yet. I don't know what you guys are going to pick for me to read, but that's all I have. Let me know what you're reading this month, what you're excited for me to read. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.